Hello guys, Wahoo here, back on the video. This time around we are going to talk about how you are going to obtain more of the event tokens and also more of the pincers. That's also part of the event. And also we are going to talk about companions and how you are going to obtain those as well. So that's all going to be in the video. I have made timestamps. Hopefully I'll remember to that during the edit. Let me know if you if I forgot. I messed up the timestamps on the guide video I did yesterday for the whole event, like the quest line and such. So if I make a mistake, please let me know in the comments if I made a mistake again with the timestamps and it kind of messed it up with the names and such. But I should be alright this time, hopefully. But first of all, we are going to talk about the event tokens. That's what we're going to start with, and then the pincers, and then the companions. And in the end of the video, I'll also show you guys a kind of a showcase of all the companions that I have, and then you can kind of choose. But we'll get to that when we're going to talk about companions, because it's kind of important for the event. It's kind of what the event is all about, is like the companions and the eggs and such. But we'll get to that at the end of the video. So first, let's talk about event tokens. And of course, you get event tokens from doing the event. That makes a lot of sense. There is some daily quests when you get through the quest line, through the steps. If you don't know how to get through the steps, I do have a guide. So just check out the last video that I did before this one, of course. It's pretty simple, but at some point you are gonna get some of these event daily quests, and those do give you some of it. So if I pick up this one, you can see right here, if I do help the heck bugs in the geo caves, we'll get to that as well, you are going to get some of these heck bug tokens. But when you go to Dragonfire Peaks, which is right here, that has the most Dragonfire Peaks, doesn't have to be here, anywhere you can go and get, where there's Dragonfire Peaks, there's going to be these love bugs, and these are going to give you the tokens. But the best way actually to get your event tokens is, of course, to pick this one up, but also to go to the Geo Caves. The Geo Caves is where you're going to get the most tokens. You're not going to get any pincers. That we'll talk about that when in the basically the next segment, I guess, on the next timestamp, the next part of the video. But like I said, the best place is the Geo Caves because they are just much easier to get, and you're not kind of fighting everybody else in a way. I know that people are kind of, already probably getting done with the event already because you cannot get a lot of it. But the Geo Caves is the place to be, and you can boost it even more. And I'll show you guys that as well. If you do get this one right here, then when you use a flask, you get quite a long time buff. You can't use it in the caves, so I just used it beforehand when I was in the Geode Hub, and apparently it worked like that. But it should give you a buff that gives you extra of these tokens when you are helping heck bugs in the Geo Caves. This has nothing to do with the Dragonfire Peaks. I just told you about the Dragonfire Peaks because that's also a place you can go and get them. But again, it's going to be in the Geo Caves. So if you have this equipped as your ally, you are going to get more of the event tokens. But you can even boost it even more, and that's with the standard, the Heck Bug Helper. There is a couple of banners. This one is the one that's going to help them. So you can have this banner equipped, and you can have this ally equipped as well, and that's going to give you even more tokens. I think I get around like 10 tokens per helping a critter, so that is really, really cool, really, really awesome. And especially the ones that are treasure ones, where you have to use your laser on them. Those are super, super awesome because that's 10 every tick, and I think there's like 4 or 5 ticks. That's mostly 4, I think, and then you get 10 every single time. So you get a lot of tokens from doing the Geo Caves. So Geo Caves is where you want to go. That's also where you're going to get the eggs, but we'll get to that when we're going to talk about the companions. But that is how you are going to boost your event tokens. Basically, going to the Geo Caves, when you have enough tokens, go ahead and craft this one or the banner. You can choose those. This one just only costs the tokens. This one costed some other things as well, but you can go ahead and use either this one or this one. Doesn't matter which one you go with first. Maybe you can even make both of them at the same time, and then you're basically done with all the tokens for these ones at least. But there is, of course, this one. You might as well just get this one as well if you have the mats for it. It's not really worth in the mastery. The mount is though. The mount is really worth for the mastery, and you can get a bunch of them as well. Also, of course, I just want to mention this one more time. Of course, we just get that quest as well. But of course, in here is where you are going to buy the souls, which is really important. I'm going to tell you once again. I've told you a bunch of times now, so I'm done with saying it. But get the souls, get the cores, Is that really, really simple. And also you can get unlimited karma if you want to do so as well. You can also get the banner here if you want to. It's gonna do basically the same thing, but it's gonna be for helping them in the Dragonfire Peaks. So it's not the same one, but this is for helping them in the Dragonfire Peaks. So this is for Dragonfire Peaks. This one in here is for helping in the delves, or not the delves, sorry, in the Geode Caves, of course, as well. So if you want to do Dragonfire Peaks because you like that more, then you should have this one equipped. But you just get so much more in the caves. You just get many more tokens in the caves. So go and do that as well. So that's how you are going to boost the tokens. Get the ally, get the banner, go to the Geode Caves, go crazy, help as many critters as you want to. And you are going to get a bunch of event tokens for sure. But now we can move on to how you are going to obtain more pincers. All right, so now we are going to talk about how you are going to get more pincers. Yes, so we're going to talk about getting more pincers, and we are going to go back to this NPC because we do need this heck bird, and the heck bird is going to give you more pincers when it is equipped. So you do need some tokens. We talked about how you are going to obtain tokens in the previous segment, and that's of course through all the other things that we just talked about. But the point is that you are going to get the pincers, or extra pincers, when you have this ally equipped, and of course it's going to cost you the stuff right here. So get yourself some tokens. It's pretty simple, and then you just equip this ally, and then you are going to get extra pincers. You can still get pincers if you go there, but in the Dragonfire Peaks, you can still get them there. So it's all about the Dragonfire Peaks for the pincers. Like I talked about with the tokens, that's Geode Caves. This one is going to be exclusively in the Dragonfire Peaks, and this just has the most Dragonfire Peaks if you go right here. But you can, of course, go to any Prime World you want to. That's the basically inner circle here. You can go to any world you want to, but it has to be in the Dragonfire Peaks. But you can boost it even more, but of course you do need some pincers for that. But of course, that's for the banner. It's also part of the quest. So when you get yourself 450, then you can go ahead and get you this one. That's going to boost it even more. And then maybe you want to get this one as well when you get to 1,500. It's not really worth the mastery, but of course all these other nice things right here is something you basically definitely want to get. Especially the cubes here are kind of hard to get sometimes, so that's definitely worth getting every single day. It's a reset for daily, but you should get some of this stuff here. Maybe the dragon coins, crystalline cores, I don't know. You can pick whatever you want. Whatever you are in need of, then go ahead and pick that for sure. But the cubes are definitely something you want to pick up as well. But we are probably also going to get the banner because that's part of the quest, and you might as well get that as we have it as well. So you can see that is what it is right here. So that's also going to give you extra pincers when you have this one equipped. So basically you can have the ally and the banner just like you have for the event tokens as well. There's a banner and there's an ally as well. That's going to boost those pincers drops. So pretty simple. Get the banner, get the ally, go to Dragonfire Peaks. This one has the most Dragonfire Peaks, and then just go crazy with throwing down, of course, these guys right here, the Heckbox runs. Then once you buy from the NPC right in here, it's going to cost you 5,000 flux for 10 of these, and you can throw down as many as you want, and then you can just keep going until you have what you need. So just keep going and farm this stuff up, and then you are going to get all the pincers that you are going to need. So that is how you are going to boost how you are going to obtain more pincers for the event. So now we are going to move on and talk about the allies and also how you are going to get the different eggs and such forward for the companions, of course. All right, now we are going to talk about companions, where you are going to obtain the different eggs and basically which one is the best companion that you can have. And if you don't know what companions are, basically these are the small ally kind of creatures that helps you in the Geode Caves. So they have nothing to do with combat, but they boost your helping you getting through the Geode Caves because that's non-combat. And allies is of course the ones for combat. And we are in the Geosantum, and of course I'm just going to show you off really quickly first. When you get some eggs, you do have the incubator, and I just want to mention this very first. You can see I have 3 slots of them. This because that I used when I go by right here in the Geode Caves, or Geode Mastery, sorry. The Geode Mastery mastery, you get a 1 space expander, and this one can be used on the incubator or the reliquary one. I used all of mine on the eggs because I felt like eggs is a little bit easy, or I'm getting more eggs than I'm using reliquaries. So if you used it on the reliquaries, that's fine. You're still gonna have 1 slot for this one, and don't worry, the event eggs only tend like 10 seconds to hatch, but if you want to have some golden eggs, it might take you a little bit longer as well. But there's a couple of expanders. I think it's also in here. I think there's one as well. Yeah, there's one right here. So you get 2 of them, and there's no way to get extra of them. So whenever you use them, that is where they are going to end up. I don't know if you can talk to, you know, support if they can change it or something like that. I doubt they can, but yeah, that's basically, I put them all in there. That's really a personal choice. You're still gonna have that 1 slot, everybody. So yeah, you don't really need to have all 3, but it's just kind of nice to hatch a little bit, a bunch of eggs more than you are doing it. So let's talk about the different eggs there is. And first of all, we're gonna also talk about the different boxes you can get. These are basically boxes that are tied into the different colors of geode caves. There's 3 different colors, and these basically correlate with those. I'm gonna go downstairs. Not in real life, but in the game, I'll show you guys as well. And there's also 3 different eggs. So let's just go down to the portals. These are also in the hub, as you probably have seen. These are also in there if you want to use those. But I just feel like these are a little bit better down here because it just shows. And I'm not very often in here, so might as well do a video down here. So this is, of course, the event tokens. This is the armors. These have nothing to do with like kind of like what we're talking about right now. Of course, the event tokens are, of course, from the geode caves. But this one is you can see this is red. This is a red portal, makes a lot of sense. This one is a kind of green. This one is kind of green. And the last one, as you can see, purple. And this one is a purple as well. And what is in them? There is the heckbugs, there's crystals, heckbugs, there is some recipes, there is sometimes some so it's called allies and some stuff like that. You can get pretty simple, pretty easily from the marketplace. They're not very expensive because they drop all the time from these boxes as well, but you can also get eggs in them as well. And so you can kind of guess what I'm gonna say. The next is, of course, if you go to our crystal tab right here, then there is this 3 different eggs. There's the red egg. This is what the egg is from the red portal. Then you have this one that kind of also looks like the chest as well. The kind of green egg, that's of course from the kind of green or Turkish, I don't know, Turkish, that's the Danish word for it. I'm not sure what the word is in English, but that's kind of, I'm just gonna call it the green one, right? That's gonna be from here. And then of course you have the purple egg is gonna be from the purple portal as well. And that's basically how it all ties together. So if you want any of the red eggs, then you should go to the red portal. If you want any of the green, and then purple. Makes a lot of sense, right? So that's very straightforward. I do want to mention one thing right here. There is a cave critter quest that actually gives you 350. See if I can find it. I think it's actually under here. Yeah. So help cave critters. I just want to mention this. It is 15. It's more on Thursdays. So if you're doing it on Thursday, you get more of it. But you're guaranteed to get 350 aventurine for doing the caves. And you're going there anyway. And yeah, I think you can do like 5 quests a day of these. You can just keep doing them, and yeah, you're helping critters anyways. There's also some for some organics. That's just all the sort of things that are hanging on the wall. And then also, of course, there's also builder's crates. That's some like inside the ores and stuff like that. That's really not a big point, but you should really get the cave critters. You can actually do this not only during the event. You can do it whenever you basically want to. So make sure you do get that one. You can't do 2 at a time, unfortunately. So you can't do like the organics and the critters, unfortunately. You only have to do 1 of them, but you can keep doing whatever basically you want to do so. But the point is, I just wanted to mention that quest as well, so you might as well take that up with that as well. And then when you have your eggs, then of course you should just go and get yourself into the incubator and just open it up. And then of course you just pop in your eggs and they're gonna be done pretty simple, pretty quickly. And then you have your new companions that you can use in the geode caves. So let me just really quickly show you guys as well. Kind of lag. I'm just gonna go to the purple one and show you guys basically what they are. All right, guys, we are now in the geode caves, and this is the load up that you get when you basically load in, and you can put your reliquaries over here. But the point is, this is where your little companion is going to be, and it's, you can see the stats on it. I'm also going to show you guys the best one I think is in the game right now, as during the event as well, so you should get that one. That's at least my personal opinion, but I'll show off all of them so you can decide which one is going to be suitable for you, because it's tied into the modules that you use. If you want to use some extra gas, Encharge, the tools, some of the rocket boots, these can't be changed, but there's some stuff right here that can be changed if you want to do so. But we are talking about the companion, and this one looks a little bit funky because it's up there, but I actually found a better one, I feel like, and that's going to be that one. And so this one, I feel like, is the best one in the game. I'll also show you guys when we get out of the cave, but I'll just show you right here. And then you just accept it, and that's your loadout. And then basically you're going to go through the cave, and you are going to get a bunch of extra ones as well. So make sure, of course, if you're doing this, of course, get that potion use before you hop in here, and then you should get the buff, and you should get the extra event tokens if you have that equipped as well. So it's gonna hit accept. I don't know if it's actually gonna work because I have the pincer one right now, so let me see if it actually works like that. See, now I can't use a potion. I don't have anything for using my potion, so of course you can't do that. You can't change into this one as well. But let me just show you guys real quick that the buff is gonna be on when I do it. So let me just go out and in and show you guys that it's there as well. And as you can see right here, guys, we do have the bonus right here. You can have it up for 180 minutes, but you can just go out and drink a potion again, and then you should remake this one. I don't think you can do it while this is active. I don't think it's gonna remake, so, but you can remove it, but that's gonna give you, again, like I said, as you can see, additional event tokens when you are helping, and also for the banner, because that's the one I'm using at the moment as well, because I don't have the pincer one. But I just want to show you guys. But let's move on to which ally, or this ally I showed before, this companion I showed you before. Let's talk about that one right now. All right, guys, we are now topside, so now we can talk about the companion that, oh, I was about to say ally again, the companion that I was talking about, and you can just better see the stats if I put it right over here. And why is this going to be the best one? Well, first of all, it does have 25 more gas at level 1 and also at level 5. So that's 50 more in total than usually the other ones have. If you see this one, for example, you can see the stats on this one. It only has 400 and 400. And why is that important? Well, the more gas you have, the more you are going to stay there in the geo cave. So when you get to, level 5, you can be there for longer. So that's why I think it is better. I will show again all the stats on all the allies, or companions, sorry, the companions that I have at the end of the video here, so you can decide for yourself, because maybe you don't value the 50 more gas in the end, because maybe this one, let's say, let's just make it's all positives usually, because minus cooldown is just cooldown, so there's no negative to the companions. So, but let's say it had like more to something else, like for example, let's see this one, Omni Tool, for example. Oh, sorry, Grappling Claw, for example. Grappling Claw, you can see I don't use that one, so that's kind of a dead stat, also the range of it. So this one would not be a good for me, even though maybe it's better than like one that only has 200 or something like that. There's nobody that has 200. This is one of the old ones. But the point is, it depends on the other stats as well, if it's something you are going to use, if it's something you're using. And this one is that I use the vacuum a lot. Also, it does accelerate more my rocket boots, and then also have the Encharge. But mostly it's because of the 50 more gas that I think it is better. There's one here that also gives 25, but that's something with, it is the vacuum. It also movement speed. But then also, I don't use the Grappling Claw. I have been thinking about using it, but I kind of like the setup I have now. So maybe even the uncommon one would be better for you if you are using this one, more of that. But it could be any of these ones. It really depends. It doesn't depend exactly on the gas, but gas is just a really nice thing. So you should, of course, go for the one that has the most if that's what you want, but that's why I'm showcasing all of it. And then I will also show you where you are going to get them, so it's just a lot easier for you to pick them up and, of course, get the different ones that you are wanting to use for yourself, because it's just much easier, and you can get them all now because you can just go to the red one for the red ones, and so forth and so forth. Makes a lot of sense, right? Yes, it does. I just answered my own question. Anyways, I don't want to yap too much more than that, but I just feel like this one right now is the best one there's out there, because this is all I used. Like rocket boots is always nice, and Encharge regen is also every nice when you get up to those bigger layers, like levels, basically the tier 5 and such. then you get that as well. And then gas is just much more than any of the other ones has. Of course, like I said, this one also had 25 because it's one of the new ones as well, but I'll show you guys where you are going to get them. This was basically the video. Thank you for watching this far. If you want to see like the showcases, that's going to come up right now, but if you are done with what you wanted to know from the video, thank you so much for making it this far in the video. And again, thank you so much for watching, and here is the showcase.